Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Alex with Plus 3 TCG,
Hi, it's Amazon King 64.
and we are going to have a nice deck profile here today.
Alright, so this is Shinobirds. Man, this is like one of my favorite decks of all time because I love spirits. And I've always wanted them to be good, and now they are finally. So let's get right into it. So we got double Garnet because we are running that good old Brilliant Fusion line in here. We're going to run 3 Manju of the 10,000 Hands. If you don't know what this guy does, he makes the deck run, basically, by searching everything that you don't have. So, next we're going into the spirits. These are the non-spirits right now. So, I'll go ahead and clear those out. And we're going to run 3 Nikitama. Nikitama just says if you normal summon them this turn, you get an extra normal summon of spirits. And if it's sent to the graveyard while you control a spirit monster, you draw a card. So this is your only light target for Brilliant Fusion. So what you do is you normal summon a spirit already, and then you activate Brilliant Fusion, sending Garnet and Nikitama for Seraphonite, and then you get a draw because it's pretty good. Next up is 3 Aratama. And Aratama says to, when he's normal summoned, you search a spirit monster. That does actually include the rituals monsters because they are spirits whenever we get there. So these are the main normal summoners. Now we're getting to the Shinobirds themselves. We have 2 Shinobird Crane and 1 Crow. The Shinobirds you really want to just special summon because their normal summon effects are not that good, and you want them to stay on the field for a while because they have once per turn effects. So Shinobird Crane says if you normal summon or special summon a spirit monster, you draw a card, which is good. But if you normal summon this, you can't like normal summon again unless you have Brilliant Fusion, of course. But it's really not a good card in hand. And Crow's your basic. He's just a wall because you can discard whenever during the battle step, you can discard a spirit monster, and it gains the attack of that spirit monster, and spirit monsters go back to hand at the end phase. If you all didn't know that spirit monsters did that, so yeah, it's a good card. So here's our text. We have 1 Hebo of Lord of the River, and we have 1 that name. Okay, so Hebo says that you can when you normal summon him, you can make him a spirit monster, or you can make something on the field a spirit monster. So you can target your opponent's succeeds monster, and it goes back to the extra deck at the end phase, which is really cheeky. And then this guy is really disgusting. So he's a level 8, but he's actually pretty easy to bring out. And whenever you normal summon him, or whenever he's summoned, if you inflict battle damage, your opponent discards their hand before their draw phase starts. So they start with 1 card, and it's pretty funny. It was bad a little while ago when Burning Abyss was a deck, but it's pretty good now since every deck like needs everything. So then we have 2 of each of the spirit monsters. So we have Peacock, Baroness Peacock, and we have Baron Peacock. So Baroness Peacock says on spells and on ritual summon, you can shuffle back spells and traps, and then special summon a level 4 or lower spirit monster from your deck, ignoring summoning conditions. So that's how you get the Shinobirds out, and the Shinobirds are once per turn effects, so they don't have to be normal summoned that way. So you can normal summon everything, ritual it off, get a draw if you have Nikitama there, and then shuffle back everything via her effect. And then Baron Peacock says you bounce monsters from field to hand, then special summon a level 4 or lower spirit monster from your hand, ignoring summoning conditions. So whenever you do that, bounce it back Xyz material, Xyz's, synchros, whatever you need back. It's really nice, and then you also keep the Shinobirds there. And also both spirit monsters, during the end phase, since they're spirits, they go back to hand, but they also have the additional effect of summoning 1,500 tokens. 1,500 attack tokens and 1,500 defense tokens. They're both level 4s, and they're both winds and wing beasts, which we'll get into whenever we get to the traps. So that was the monster line. Now for the spells, we are running 3 Shinobird Calling, And Shinobird Calling is a really good ritual spell for just rituals in general, like how rituals, the mechanic itself works, because rituals need like a lot of things to even go off and do their own like ritual summoning and stuff. But this allows you to ritual summon from banishing stuff from the graveyard or spirits from the graveyard. So you don't need all that stuff in hand anymore for this to even happen. And then we're running 3 Shinobird Power Spot. Power Spot says whenever all spirits gain 500 attack, which is stackable, which is nice. It's a continuous spell, so that's always good. And then whenever you bounce a wind at the end phase, you get a spirit monster or a ritual spell from deck to hand, which is really good. And then those are the only Shinobird spells that we run, which are the only 2. So next up, this is the main card in the deck because this card is really, really, really good. It adds a ritual spell, and it's pre-preparation rights. FYI, I'm running 3, and it adds a ritual spell from deck to hand, and then a card listed on the ritual spell. That so something that you don't have, like one of the rituals. If you don't have it, then you can just use it to ritual summon the other one off, which is really good. And then we run triple Brilliant Fusion for Seraphonite, because Seraphonite's really good for the extra normal summons of the spirits that you need. So, and we run 1 Upstart Goblin and 1 Torrential Tribute, or not Torrential Tribute, Twin Twisters, maybe. So that's our spells. And our trap lineup are 2 Urgent Ritual Art. Now this card's a really interesting one because normally people don't play it in ritual decks because it's not that good. But since spirits bounce back to hand, it has like their own ritual summon during your opponent's turn for disruption. So it's pretty good. And then we run 2 Shinobird Salvation, whatever it is. Anyway, this card right here says whenever a spirit monster is bounced back to hand, you destroy a card on the field. It's a trap, so it's a little bit slower, but it's a continuous trap, which is good. And if your opponent were to declare an attack, you banish the spirit monster from the graveyard and in the battle phase. So you can survive whenever you have no monsters on the field. And then the last cards are 2 Needle Sealing. And Needle Sealing is a really good card this format because of Zodiacs and all that. And it says if there's 4 or more monsters on the field, destroy all face-ups. And whenever those spirit monster or the ritual spirit monsters bounce back to hand, you get 2 tokens. So if your opponent just summons 2 monsters, you can nuke the entire field. Or nuke the entire monster board, which is really prevalent in this meta. So down to the extra deck, we have 1 Seraphonite, 1 Utopia, the Lightning, Heartland Draco, because we run a lot of continuous spells, 101, Yugioh Cowboy, Karagorium, the Illuminescent Knight. This is really cool. Black Ship of Corn. It's just a card that says burn things. Diamond Direwolf. It's really good against Anti-Spell Fragrance because Anti-Spell Fragrance is terrible and I hate that card. Just wanted to leave. And then you have Castell. Problematic cards, you know. Dweller for graveyard stuff. I don't know like what that exactly shall be, but it really is. Rhapsody Berserk because graveyard stuff. Again, Dagusta Emerald, you really do actually need this a lot because whenever you dead draw your garnets and you have to like pitch them early for ritual summon and you don't have Brilliant Fusion, you actually can summon you can summon them back, but you're never going to do that. You're going to shuffle them back with this and then draw a card and hopefully hit Brilliant Fusion again. Really, I never make rank 8s, but just in case, if I ever ritual summon twice in one turn, I can make a Felgrand. Felgrand's really good, and he can stay on the field, unlike the spirits. And Hope Harbinger, because spells are annoying. All that. So that's the end of the back profile.
Appreciate you guys watching. Hope you guys learned something. I know I did. Thanks for watching, guys. Alex, +2TCG, signing out.
Peace.